Bonjour everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to see you today for another perfume review video, and today it's a big video because we are going to talk about one of the biggest French perfume house. It's Guerlain, and you know Guerlain, it's one of the biggest really biggest French perfume house. Also because Guerlain, before starting to sell cream, beauty product, they really start as a French perfume house. So it's a big review. It's a big review because a lot of you have asked to review Guerlain, and I think it's a great idea. But before to start to really smell the most iconic Guerlain perfume, I want to introduce you a little bit and talk a little bit about Guerlain, what French people think about Guerlain perfume. Do French people wear Guerlain perfume, for example? What do I think about Guerlain perfume? So Guerlain, I think it's one of the biggest French perfume house. It's really iconic here in France. It's even more iconic. I think it's an institution, to be honest with you. And why? Because, before turning to a beauty selling brand, Guerlain, they start really to sell perfume, okay? Guerlain was, before turning to a beauty brand, it was a French perfume house because of a founder, where Jacques Guerlain, it was really I think he was a nose before being, an entrepreneur, a businessman. He was really a nose. He was a perfume nose, and he created a lot of perfume for Guerlain, actually. And I think it's very rare, very rare that the founder of a brand is also the nose of a brand. It's very rare, usually. For example, Coco Chanel, she decided, of course, she created the perfume, but she hired noses. She hired a lot of noses, especially Ernest Beau, which were the Chanel nose. It's very unique that Jacques Guerlain, the founder of the brand, was also the nose. And one of the best nose, I think, really one of the best nose, because he created a lot of very beautiful perfume, which became, really the most iconic perfume in the brand. And here in France, we consider Guerlain perfume really luxury and even ultra luxury perfume. Even they don't really sell niche perfume. Although if you go to Champs-Élysées boutique, you might find extremely unique perfume, very niche, and very expensive bottle, by the way. And they also, if you ask, they also customize the perfume for you. They can create a perfume. So I know that for sure, that they create for the special clients, they create perfume. But it's not as niche as, for example, Jean Patou or even Amouage or even really niche brand. But it's luxury. For me, it's very luxury, because some of the perfume, if you go to Champs-Élysées, the Champs-Élysées boutique, they carry very unique bottle. And what I love about Guerlain perfume is it's really sophisticated, extremely sophisticated, perfume house, because they really work very deep sometimes in the ingredients. For example, they create Lily of the Valley. Each year they create a Lily of the Valley perfume with different, different Lily of the Valley of 2008, Lily of the Valley of 2020, depending of the culture of Lily of the Valley, and it's extremely rare. They create a new perfume around the angelic flower, which is extremely difficult to extract and distill. It's another very difficult flower. Some flower in perfume are extremely difficult to distill and extract, and it requires a lot of work. It's expensive. First, it's very expensive, and require a lot of art, a lot of savoir-faire, which makes also Guerlain perfume a very sophisticated. For me, it's a very sophisticated perfume house. because they really work sometimes in detail in some perfume, and that's why they carry sometimes very expensive perfume. So I strongly advise you, if you go to Paris one day, to visit the boutique in Champs-Élysées. It's one of the biggest boutique you know, in Paris, and they will explain to you all the perfume. They have special collections sometimes. It's super nice. It's a very beautiful boutique, and you can also discover the Guerlain world because it's different. It's different than compared to Chanel. It's another style. And I don't know one Parisian or one French woman who never, you know, never bought or never, you know, never have a Guerlain perfume. My mother used to wear Guerlain perfume. My grandmother used to wear Guerlain perfume. I used to wear Guerlain perfume too. It's very iconic here in France. It's an institution. They have very good perfume, by the way. So I'm glad we are going to start this beautiful perfume. So I'm gonna start the first one. It's one of the most iconic perfume of Guerlain, probably. Very well known. It's one of the best sellers also in the world, and you probably know about this perfume. And I love the story about this perfume. I love the inspiration about the perfume. Jacques Guerlain got a lot of inspiration from sometimes, you know, novel, book, history. I love, you know, I love this word. That's why also I love Guerlain, because I love, you know, I love the inspiration around the perfume. And Guerlain perfume, they have a lot of story, a lot of inspiration. So the perfume is Shalimar, of course. Shalimar by Guerlain, if my camera wants to focus. So beautiful bottle. I used to carry Guerlain perfume before. I used to wear this one, by the way, when I was a student. But it's not, it's a very good Oriental. It's one of the most elegant Oriental probably you're gonna find out there, but it's not really my style. But I used to have a bottle of this one, by the way, and the bottle is extremely chic. It's very French style, I'm gonna say. So this perfume has been created in 1925. So it's the first, one of the first, if I'm not wrong, one of the first Guerlain perfume, because I don't think it's the first, but it's one of the first Guerlain perfume, and it has been relaunched in 1990. Actually, they decided to reformulate this perfume. So I think this perfume is the epitome, the example of what it is a French Oriental perfume. If you ever wondering what is a French Oriental perfume, Shalimar is exactly like that. It's subtle. It's a very subtle perfume, very soft, very chic. There's nothing really dark or intense. It's not an intense Oriental like you're gonna find, for example, in Boucheron. Boucheron is a very intense Oriental. This one is extremely subtle. I'm gonna say that if you ever smell this perfume on someone, you're gonna recognize the smell. You're gonna recognize exactly, immediately, exactly the smell. I'm like 100% sure it's Shalimar when I smell it, you know, in the street or on someone. I know this is Shalimar. It's extremely unique, extremely original, and I think the blend of a different you know, different ingredients and notes and flavors gives this perfume a very unique combination and very original. But what I love about this perfume is the story. Okay, the inspiration behind it, and the best inspiration you can find is love. Of course, perfume and love. Love is perfume and a perfume is love. And yeah, sometimes love is just a perfume. And this one, it's about the Taj Mahal inspiration, the love story between the Khurram emperor, so the emperor who decided to build the Taj Mahal, and his wife Mumtaz Mahal, and you know, he fell he fell in love, he fell very, very deep in love of his wife, and he called her the jewel of the palace, the jewel of the palace. And unfortunately she died at 39. She died at 39, so very young, still young. And he decided to build the Taj Mahal for her. And if I ever go to India one day, and I hope I can go, I would love to visit the Taj Mahal. I know that also you can sleep in the Taj Mahal because there's also like a 5-star hotel, so you can stay in the Taj Mahal. But I love the story. I love the story, and Jacques Guerlain was really, really inspired by this story, because Shalimar, the name of Shalimar, it's the name of a garden of Shalimar, which were also, you know, one of the favorite gardens of the emperor. So the garden, this garden is not in the Taj Mahal, if I'm not wrong, but it's one of the most beautiful gardens in the world, and it's also classified by the UNESCO. It's a classified garden, you know, Jacques Guerlain decided to create a beautiful Oriental with this beautiful Oriental inspiration love story. I love this story. I love this story. So when you wear Shalimar, okay, if you wear Shalimar, if you decided to make your signature perfume, now you have a beautiful story about the perfume. It's really an Oriental, a beautiful Oriental. It's a perfume about love. If you wear Shalimar, if you're wondering why you're wearing Shalimar, you just really, you know, you are wearing love, inspiration, you know, and I find it very, very beautiful. So let's try this perfume. Yeah. It's really a French Oriental, very, very subtle, but the notes are very, very, very subtle, very soft, very delicate. Yeah. It's not, there is no, this perfume is a combination of woodsy nuts, green, but on my skin, I don't really smell the green notes. I really think the woodsy note, the amber, the bezoin, the vanilla, because it's really a perfume built around the vanilla notes. You're gonna smell the tonka bean. The tonka is extremely present on my skin with this one, and rose. I didn't mention, but you know, Guerlain perfume, the signature of Guerlain perfume is really the rose. Jacques Guerlain used to love rose. You know, Christian Dior really fell in love of Lily of the Valley. So Lily of the Valley is really present in a lot of the Christian Dior perfume. But Shalimar, in every Guerlain perfume, you're gonna find rose. Every Guerlain perfume has rose, different type of rose, of course, but rose was really, really the flower and the note of Guerlain. And you're gonna smell this delicate rose combined with the tonka bean, the amber, the benzoin. It's a very, very delicate Oriental, very, very delicate. So the top notes are an opening notes of citruses, bergamot, lemon, cedar, and orange. On my skin, I smell more the cedar. I have more the cedar notes on my skin, which gives a very interesting smell. A little bit, you know, a little bit, which also emphasizes the woodsy notes, I'm gonna say. In the middle, so you're gonna smell, of course, the rose is very, very present. The iris, the patchouli, the vetiver, the jasmine. Also, Guerlain used to love vetiver, so there's a lot of perfume also with vetiver. And on the base, so the base of this perfume, it's really, you know, the DNA of Shalimar. You're gonna smell the incense, so the vanilla, of course, especially the tonka bean. This a little bit of liver, which I love. I love liver in perfume. Liver notes are very, very present in this perfume on my skin. You're gonna smell civet because it gives this intense intensity of Shalimar, and the musk. So I really smell also the musk. It's a very, very delicate oriental. I really love this one. It's not my style. I'm gonna say I prefer darker, probably more intense oriental. Boucheron by Boucheron is more my type. But it's a very, very beautiful and iconic Guerlain perfume. This one is Mitsouko by Guerlain, so you can see if my camera won't focus. So it's very, very beautiful. I love the bottle. Also, you're gonna see in Guerlain perfume a lot of this type of design in their perfume, like that. L'Heure Bleue, it's the same. They also decided to relaunch some of the unique and very unique perfume in the same time of bottle like that. For example, Jardin de Bagatelle, also it's the same. A lot of perfume, it's really the signature of Guerlain perfume. So Mitsouko, it's a beautiful chypre, and the perfume has been created in 1919. So it's a very old, it's one of us also the first Guerlain perfume, so even before Shalimar. And it's a very iconic Guerlain perfume. I know a lot of Parisian women are wearing this one also. It's one of the most iconic in the brand, also very, very old. It's a beautiful chypre. I love it. It's a beautiful chypre, very elegant. Very interesting notes, very interesting blend. Yeah, very interesting. So the top notes are a little bit fresh, but you're gonna smell the bergamot, the citrus, the jasmine, and the rose. So a combination of flower and fresh notes. In the middle note, I smell the peach. Okay, it's one of the ingredients in perfume I really identify very easily, and I smell it right away. So the peach, the ylang-ylang, the jasmine, the rose again, and the lilac. And on the base, it's a little bit woody and green. Yeah, very interesting. You're gonna smell the oak moss, the spices, more like cinnamon, vetiver. Again, vetiver, like I said, you know, Guerlain used to love vetiver, and rose. And one of the best, it's also my favorite Guerlain perfume, by the way, which combine vetiver and rose, is Habit Rouge. I love Habit Rouge. I will do a review just about Habit Rouge because I think it's one of the best Guerlain perfume that you can wear. I think it's a unisex perfume, you know, women and men can wear this one. But it's a very interesting perfume. It's very elegant, and I think if you love perfume where not too sugary or not too fruity or not too with too much flower, if you really love chypre, because chypre perfume, you know, they combine, it's not a sugary or flowery perfume. They are green perfume, but the green notes are a combination of, I'm gonna say woody, green, and flower, and they give this very unique blend. It's not very green, it's not very flowery, you can't really describe a chypre. And it's exactly the same with this one. I can't really describe what I smell. It probably reminds me a little bit, no. It's very different than Jean-Louis Scherer because I think of my, you know, one of my favorite chypre. It's a very interesting perfume. I love the name Mitsouko, and I love this, it reminds me a little bit of Japanese perfume, by the way. You know, Japanese perfume extremely sophisticated. You can't really say what you smell in Japan. You know, it's very sophisticated with so many different notes. It's a very, very elegant woman. It's a kind of perfume I can wear easily every day, even at work, because you know the flower notes are not that, you know, they're not loud, and it's very discreet at the same time. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful ship. It's, you know, I never smelled Mitsouko before. Beautiful ship. Okay, another very iconic Guerlain perfume, and I'm so excited to smell this one. So this is Samsara by Guerlain. So beautiful bottle, as you can see, very red, you know, and it's a very iconic perfume too. This perfume has been created in 1989. So 80s perfume. So I'm expecting something very very strong, by the way. So it seems to be a woody perfume, and it's a very, if I have to describe this one, it's a very sensual, sophisticated perfume. So, you know, Mitsouko is very discreet. Don't get me wrong, Mitsouko smells very good, but it's a discreet perfume. It's very soft. It's even more discreet than Shalimar for me. It's very sophisticated, but very discreet and subtle. I'm expecting something maybe stronger, darker than Mitsouko, completely different. And just, you know, the bottle, this red like that, very deep red. So let's start to smell this one. Ah, I love it. It smells super good and very much my style. Very, very much my style. Incredible. Samsara. Oh, it's a revelation for me. Very, very good. So it's a very dark, intense perfume, and on my skin I smell, for me it's much more an oriental. We are on this side of the oriental family, but there's a combination of woody amber notes with very dark, intense flower. So definitely I smell the rose. Again, I smell the rose, but the rose on this side is a little bit old, mature and dark. You know, rose have this, you know, depending on the age of a rose, you're gonna smell very, very different notes. Where, you know, the beginning and the eclosion of a rose, it's very fresh. It's intense, but it's fresh notes. And when the rose became a little bit more mature and dark, there's this age smell, age notes, and it's a little bit more sophisticated, by the way, but very different. It's very intense, dark. Let me, you know, I want to retry on my wrist because I don't want to mix and match different perfume, by the way. Oh la la, it's Samsara, it's very, very good. It's a very good perfume. So Mitsouko, it's a perfume you can wear every day easily. Very sophisticated but discreet. Samsara, it's not a perfume I will wear on an everyday basis, like Bonjour, for example, because it's a very dark, intense perfume. I think it's a perfect perfume for romantic dates. If you go out, if you see your boyfriend, your husband, whatever you love, your lover, it's a perfume, you know, I will, you know, my, let's say my boyfriend is calling me, it's a perfume I will wear 5 minutes before coming to my date, so to see my boyfriend. It's a perfume you wear definitely when you want to seduce, if you go out. It's a beautiful, beautiful romantic oriental. and yeah, it's incredible. I really like this one. So the top notes, you're gonna smell bergamot, lemon, ylang ylang, peach, and some green notes, but I don't really smell the top notes on my skin, to be honest with you. So the middle notes are very opulent, and what I love is that I think I like opulent notes and ingredients and flowers. So you're gonna smell the jasmine, the iris, the violet, and of course the rose. But this rose is super intense. Very, very beautiful perfume. And on the base, of course, you're gonna smell the classic notes of an oriental, the sandalwood, the vanilla, the tonka bean, the amber, the musk. So yeah, very much surprised by Samsara. I really like this one. So another iconic perfume by Guerlain, and I think this one is super interesting. So this is Acqua Allegoria by Guerlain, as you can see, and I got the one named Gentiana, which is a flower, I mean a French flower, which grow usually in the mountain, so very high altitude, in a very high mountain. And I'm from the mountain, by the way, so it reminds me a little bit of my childhood and where I grew. So just to present you a little bit, Acqua Allegoria is a collection by Guerlain. It's a whole line. It's a very wide line with a lot of different notes. So you might find, for example, Acqua Allegoria basil, Acqua Allegoria mandarin, Acqua Allegoria, there's lime, something like that. So there's, I don't know, I think there's more than 50 different Acqua Allegoria. It's a very big collection in Guerlain perfume. And this collection, Acqua Allegoria, are mainly eau de toilette, and they are really into green, fresh notes. But they are more sophisticated than the traditional eau de cologne. They are really perfume. Each Acqua Allegoria, each one of them is built around different notes, different ingredients. And this one is built around the Gentiana. So I'm expecting, you know, I'm thinking that this perfume is going to remind me a walk, a very delicate walk in the mountain or in a park with this little wind, a little breeze, you know, just on my hair. So I'm expecting, you know, a very delicate, sophisticated perfume with green French notes. And the Gentiana, for example, I never smell Gentiana. Usually Gentiana, we use it to make some liquor. We use it to make some alcohol or liquor. But I never really smell Gentiana. And Gentiana, the flower, doesn't really smell. It's used to make, you know, tea, liquor, alcohol, pastries, but we don't use it, I mean, we don't use it as a flower like in perfume. It's the first time I'm gonna smell what's Gentiana into perfume. So I'm expecting something fresh but more sophisticated than a traditional eau de cologne. So let's smell this perfume together. It's a very good perfume, and I think it's definitely unisex. It's very fresh, very green, very green, and I think it can be worn by either a woman or man. I really smell the orange. I think the opening notes are very fresh. I smell a kind of bergamot, citrus, and after that I smell a deep orange notes, very bitter, you know, very amer, and I smell the Gentiana. What's the Gentiana? Because I never smelled this flower before, but yeah, it's very intense, actually, very intense. It's a very interesting, perfume. The top notes, I really smell the bergamot, the orange, the jasmine a little bit, and the Japanese citrus. I really smell the Japanese citrus, and the combination of the Japanese citrus with the Gentiana is make this perfume very, very sophisticated. And on the middle notes, you're gonna smell, of course, the Gentiana and the pear. So I smell the pear. The pear is very present. This perfume is extremely delicate, extremely sophisticated. I think if you really love pear, if you love, you know, the smell of the pear, and if you love Japanese citrus, it's a very good perfume. And on the base, you're gonna smell some woody nuts, which gives a little bit more intensity to this perfume. So you're gonna smell the musk and the sandalwood on the base. It's super, super interesting, the different combination, to be honest with you. I love this perfume. It's a very, very good perfume. I strongly recommend Gentiana. So you know my passion for vintage perfume, raw, unique perfume, and we are going to finish with a very, very unique Guerlain perfume. This perfume was discontinued, and the big news, the very good news, that is Guerlain decided to relaunch this perfume. This is a very rare, unique Guerlain perfume, not very well known, but that is weird, but it's not the most well known Guerlain perfume. So very niche, I'm gonna say. If you love raw vintage, or you're looking for a very unique perfume, I think you might be interested by this one. And I got a vintage sample, but Guerlain decided to relaunch the collection this year. So the name of this perfume is Nahema, as you can see. So beautiful bottle. So Nahema, it's very, you know, it's very unique. Even the name, I really like it. It's what I like about very rare, niche or vintage perfume. Usually it's very unique, and the name is unique, very original. So easily, you know, this one can be a new signature perfume. And so I'm expecting, you know, very oriental perfume. And this perfume has been made in 1979. So it's a 80 perfume, a beautiful one. It's a very exuberant, very dark, so very dark, intense oriental, with a honey-like smell. So let's you know, start to smell this one. I have so many perfume on me, might be a little bit difficult actually to smell this one, but oh la la, very unique oriental, very deep, very rich, very interesting. I really smell the honey, to be honest. Oh la la, I think it's a blend of it's super interesting. It's a blend of champagne by Yves Saint Laurent with Shalimar. This is super, yeah, it's like you combine the two and you get this perfume. It's very unique. It's very intense, very rich. So on the top notes, I smell the rose, I smell the peach, I smell the aldehyde, and I smell the bergamot. But on my skin, I really smell this dark, intense rose. On the middle notes, you're gonna smell some Bulgarian rose, and I really smell the Bulgarian rose. So Bulgarian rose are very intense. They are more like, you know, they smell like a more mature, aged rose. Okay, it's very intense, very rich. It's not like the rose de mai or rose de grasse, which is very fresh. Rose de mai, it's like an opening eclosion of a rose. It's like when the rose is start to grow, and it's still fresh, to, you know. Bulgarian rose are very dark, very deep. I smell the hyacinth, I smell the ylang ylang, the lilac, the jasmine. I smell the lily of the valley, there is lily of the valley. But I don't really, I mean on my skin, and don't forget it's a vintage one. On the base we're gonna smell some passion fruit on the base, it's very interesting. Some vanilla vetiver again. And you're gonna smell some Peru balsam. So it's a kind of amber but very dark, very rich. I think it's, you know, what I love about this perfume, it's a very unique, very original smell. I probably never smelled something like that. And like I said, it's like I take a champagne or Yves by Yves Saint Laurent. You know, very fresh, very sparkling, with a lot of peach freesia, very, very peachy perfume. And I take Shalimar by Guerlain and I combine the two. And I have something a kind of oriental with peachy notes, honey. It's an amber perfume, amber oriental perfume with a lot of peach. I really smell the peach on my skin. Yeah, it's a very exuberant dark oriental, but very exuberant. There's definitely something very unique in this perfume. So I'm glad Guerlain decided to relaunch, because if you're looking for a signature perfume, you know, something unique, more niche into Guerlain, you can try Nahema. Even the name is very, very beautiful. I mean, my perfume named Nahema, it reminds you a little bit of, you know, of the Orient, but it's a very elegant Orient, very elegant oriental, very sophisticated. It's a beautiful name. And I think you can wear this perfume easily on an everyday basis, which is not really the case for every oriental perfume, because they are very, you know, oriental perfumes sometimes can be a little bit too loud for the day, but this one is so sophisticated and subtle, to be honest. It's exuberant, but it's not loud. It's not, there's no oud, there's not, you know, there's not like super strong notes. Yeah, I can easily wear this one on an everyday basis easily, but it's also great, you know, night perfume for an event, an occasion, definitely. So I hope you enjoy this review of Guerlain perfume. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to leave a comment. So if you love Guerlain perfume, which one is your favorite? Do you ever wear Guerlain perfume? Do you know about the brand? Which perfume would you try about Guerlain? There's so many Guerlain perfume, to be honest with you, and they're really iconic, you know, in France too. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I see you very soon for another review. Bye!